Hi, this is Tony Lawrence. I write at pcunix.medium.com, and this video is matching a article I have there that is called Why Apple's Little Bugs Could Become a Big AI Problem. I'm wearing this ridiculous hat and my bathrobe because it's cold in here this morning. I've got the heat turned down because I'm trying to save a little money. so, Also, I'm just trying to get used to a lower temperature here so that I can keep the heat just a little bit lower than normal. Anyway, let's proceed. So my concern here is that when Apple releases the Smart Siri or the Gemini Siri or whatever they're going to call it, maybe just the Siri still, I don't know. Whatever they do, when they release it, it's going to use something called intents, I-N-T-E-N-T-S. And what intents are is little parts of software, little actions that the software can do. For example, opening a spreadsheet or clearing a column in a spreadsheet, that sort of thing. Little individual things that would make up something that you actually want to do. So when you tell the Smart Siri, you're looking at the spreadsheet, you say, move that column to the left, it's going to call intents to do that, one or more intents. And that's going to be great. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. So wonderful to just use your voice to tell it what to do. Oh, wonderful. But here's the thing. Apple software, due to what I think is really tragic neglect on their part, has a lot of annoying little bugs that don't necessarily affect us that much. They're small annoyances, and that's why Apple doesn't bother to fix them for us. Little things that just hold us up for a second, and we say, oh yeah, that's right. I have to do it this way. I can't do it that way. Well, the Smart Siri may or may not know that, particularly when things get complicated. When you give it a complicated instruction to do something, it may not know that there's a bug in there somewhere that's going to slow it down or cause it to do the wrong thing. And tragically, it may have a more complex instruction where that little bug was just part of it, but if the whole thing may get screwed up by the part that failed because it didn't necessarily know that it failed because it did the wrong thing, did what it wasn't supposed to do. So that could make a real mess for you. It could even have very bad consequences. It could cause the Smart Siri to do something that is undoable. Well, I hope nothing like that happens. I hope that anything Smart Siri can do will be undoable. But you don't know. You really don't know, especially in cases of bugs, because if it's misunderstood what it did to get to where it caused a problem, how is it going to straighten out that problem? It doesn't know what happened. It doesn't necessarily know what went wrong. Maybe you can tell it. Maybe it's smart enough that you can tell it, oh, this is what went wrong. You moved the column to the left and I told you to move it to the right. But that wouldn't happen. But something like that, maybe it can figure out and fix for you. But if it doesn't, then this whole thing is going to be very, very embarrassing for Apple. And it's going to be costly too, because it's going to really tick off a lot of people. So I seriously, seriously hope that Apple is squashing all these little bugs that have annoyed all of us for years that they don't bother to fix. I've complained about many of them, so have hundreds, probably thousands, maybe millions, I don't know, of other people. And Apple just goes along merrily, yeah, we'll get to that. And they don't. So here we are. We are just weeks away from WWDC, where they're going to announce all this stuff and tell us how wonderful it's going to be. And then we're only a few more weeks away from when iOS 28 is going to be the working thing, the thing that works, the thing that has the Smart Siri, the thing that can do these things that we ask it to do. And if those bugs aren't fixed, this may be really stepping into quicksand for Apple. I hope not. I know they must be aware of this. They cannot be not aware of this. I'm hoping that they have been working like mad behind the scenes to be ready for this. But if they have, if they've been fixing bugs like crazy, why haven't some of those bug fixes showed up in iOS 26.5 or macOS 26.5, which just came out today or yesterday, I guess it was. Anyway, I hope that this is going on. Don't you? Your comments are always appreciated. Thank you.